pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Minutes from the prior meeting.
I'd like to discuss that a little bit. I was hoping Charlie would be here today. In my opinion, Charlie had two legitimate questions asked last week, and then he got totally out of line, and we probably should have called him on it. He asked what Wes's job description was and why Wes was helping with the budget. Those were two legitimate. And then I think he started getting some cheap political shots at the commissioners and particularly Jeff, and I think that's all uncalled for. And if this happens again, I will call for order and get this corrected. And I think the minutes, to me, they look one-sided, Paul. I don't think you quite cut. There was an answer that Mike put in there.
That's fine. I mean, they're just, until you actually approve them and so you can make changes.
Okay.
So, do you want to make some changes then, or we'll wait?
Well, I think when you have some of what Charlie said, and I'm not choosing my candidate as July, that I just using common sense. I think the commissioners have too many valuable and other things that we need to discuss versus his opinion. One of his questions was, I don't remember, there was a couple things that I was going. He asked, he talked to Jerry Kokelman, and there was a bill that wasn't paid, and Commissioner Bodenhausen explained that. I thought that probably should have been reflected in the minutes, that he was poking at the former county coordinator. And it should have probably been in the minutes that the mistake was made in the Jerry's office, that his secretary sent the bill to the wrong department, the wrong address, and that's why the bill wasn't paid.
Okay.
And then he was asking if there was any other bills that hadn't been paid or mistakes, and I'll quote unquote, fellow commissioners, correct me if I'm wrong, that there was mistakes made before the county coordinator and after the county coordinator. That should have been reflected in there when Charlie asked that particular question. That's all I got to say.
So you want that added in?
Well, I think we can't be selective in what we put in the minutes, and then the minutes are publicized. The commission meetings are not they're not for political purposes. You know, if you want to have a debate or what do you want to do, that's Pat, am I out of line?
No, you're right. I would add to it, if we're discussing basically criticism of employees, if they're not elected personnel, that probably should take place in an open meeting. If there's a complaint somebody has to you, I think they can give that to you, but then your response to that should probably not be public.
That's what I felt.
So, do you want to make changes? I mean, this is the time we make changes to minutes.
I don't know if I'm so much of making changes, but I'm 100% for not letting this happen again.
Okay. Any further?
No, I agree.
Okay. Further discussion, motion to approve minutes for Tuesday, July 15th. Motion and second, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Carried 3-0. Any committee reports?
Attended Multnomah County Health meeting last night, first meeting with our new CEO. Things seem to be going real good. We've done a reorganizing in the home health and hospice division. That director's been with giving, they're going to give the same amount to Multnomah County as they have in the past. But they most of them more than just for record, we're doing the budget.
I had a JCAB meeting Thursday, and I attended the ambulance award ceremony the other day, and thank you for what they do, and give a little information about the New Ambulance Center, about, we thought about rehabbing the recycling center that didn't come into play, and then they went into how they was going to handle it, so I like
We had, there was a pressure concern board meeting on Wednesday, and, board, voted to, terminate Early Southern as director, so they have an interim director, Jennifer
I can't remember what her last name is.
Jennifer, she's been down at Project Concern, so until they hire future director, she'll be the interim. So, if you get any questions, I think I'll leave that, Jennifer will be the contact.
Her is just an intern?
She's interim director,
Intern director?
acting manager actually, so.
Okay.
I also attended Thursday night was the kneecap services board meeting that I'm on, and afterwards I asked visit with the CEO in terms of how it accounts their contribution to, because most of the kneecap is pretty much all funded through grants, and we were the only, up until last year, we were the only county that contributed any money. And I told them, I said, we would work on the budget, I said, we didn't get it last year. And so she explained that years ago, when they started receiving, money from HUD for housing, doing Section 8 housing and stuff, why all the commissions at that time voted not to, because they got that special funding not to assist. And so, just for budgetary purposes, I don't think we need to feel obligated to contribute again this year, so, based on what she told me, so.
County Commission, Gail?
Hi, we want to talk to you about a dog problem out here. People bringing their dogs out, letting them run loose, and walking them around and not watching them. There's been, we never had too many problems in the past, but lately they've been letting them, even though we tell them we gotta keep them under control and in their camp area, they've been letting them go over and bother people. The couple that walks their dogs around, doesn't keep them with them, doesn't watch them. They're running all over the place in people's yards and up to people and coming up here in our yard bothering our animals and peeing on the camper and stuff like that. And this other parks has got leash laws, and the campers are starting to complain about them. We was wondering about getting a leash law out here.
Have we discussed this, Pat, have we discussed this in the past? Assume this is a fairly,
I don't remember talking about
We had specifics about that, but we had discussed the various policies that we needed to implement out there. And this wouldn't be out of line to implement a policy that all pets be on a container on a leash.
on a leash. Okay. Gail, we'll have, we'll discuss a little more with Pat Henderson and see if we can dig up and see what some leash laws are currently with other parks or lakes in the region.
Okay, yes, the other parks and stuff we've stayed at, they've all got, dogs gotta be on leashes. And some of them that they bring out here, German Shepherds, Pit Bulls, Dalmatians, and, mixed breeds like that. Some of them are bringing out, some of them aren't, but and we got ours all chained up except one, and she's real old. She doesn't leave the yard. She can't hardly see, and she can't hardly hear. So she's the only one that we allow loose. But others are all chained up.
Okay, we'll discuss this with Pat Henderson and see if we come up with some sort of agreeable on leash jurisdiction out there.
Okay. And then the other thing we wanted to talk about is, taking our vacation before school starts. We started in August, so that would make another year, and we usually wait until like October or something, but she's gonna be in sixth grade this year, and we didn't want her missing any school. It's gonna be a little harder this year.
Okay,
We just wanted to know if we could take it, what day? Leave on the first and come back on the 10th.
okay, so will anybody be out there? Yeah, of August.
We've got two daughters, they're both 21, will be here at the house, keep an eye on things. And we told them if any problems, just call the sheriff's department. And then we've got a neighbor, Greg Knudsen, who said they should call him if they have anything that they need help with that's not, the sheriff doesn't need to deal with. And they'll use our Dodge truck to drive around and pick up trash and like that.
Concerns or?
Nope, not think about another vacation, it's fine.
I don't know about the truck. Or we can book ourselves for liability. We got these screws, like the trucks. That's the county grounds.
I don't know if they're not listed as employees. Pat, do we have an issue with?
Any authorized driver should be covered, but I don't know if K-Camp has a policy if they want if any authorized driver would be covered under a policy. I don't know if K-Camp has a requirement that we supply them with,
That's the same drivers and stuff.
yeah.
Some of the insurance people do that on our insurance plan, like, just to be safe, they want to know, I mean, they want to know everybody that's possibly could, drive it, you know, even if nobody drives it, but if somebody just may one time, that's all it takes, for an accident.
Gail,
Yes,
this is Commissioner Cole. I have no concerns if they stay on, the lake ground. I do have a little concern if they would decide to run up to Horton or something and would have an accident or something. But if they were to stay on the lake grounds, I have no problem with it.
yeah, they won't be going anywhere, and they'll be driving our truck around, not the county's truck, our truck, to take care of things, and
Well, that's fine. They can-
I thought you were talking about our county property.
Yeah, they can.
no, that'll be our truck that they drive around,
Or you take anything to county.
Okay.
our Dodge.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, just make sure you notify, Sheriff's Department, before you guys actually leave on vacation, just give them a heads up.
Yeah, and they'll be here that way, if they need help, you know, have a problem or something, maybe they get out here a little sooner or something, because like I said, they're 21, and we told them not to deal with anything like, you know, if there's a party going on or a fight or something, not, you know, up to them, just call, and have the sheriff come out and deal with it.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay,
Is that it?
yep, thank you.
Thanks, Gail.
Bye.
Matt, what do you have for us today?
I guess, I'll start off with, PG Consultants. I was talking to Tom Bennett the other day, and, I informed him that he didn't get the contract for the, construction inspection on the bridge, and he wanted me to, show you this bill that I turned in from him on the free intersection project, the one that he wanted, $1,986.89 extra dollars because of his mistake. He wanted me to turn that into the commissioners again to look at, and he wanted me to make sure that you were aware that on the right-of-way issue with Mrs. Campbell, he never turned in any kind of a bill for his services. And that's, so, six in Edwards. They had,
Okay.
$14 million worth of applications, and $3 million to spend. I think if we really want it, if we turn it in again next year, we would have a high probability of getting it.
We were really kind of a little late, you might.
We turned our, we was actually a couple weeks behind the deadline.
That could have been a determining factor and stuff, so. Do you have to update anything, or can you just reapply?
We can pretty much just reapply. If I got all our information, all I gotta do is turn it in again next year. And also another big, factor was we just got the grant this year. So I think we have a lot better chance next year. So we're just gonna keep all the paperwork and plan on turning it again. We'll review it before I turn it next year and see if we wanna make any tweaks to it. But,
Okay.
we'll just, go that route.
Did, the KC County Comment had two articles, one was from Warren Bauer about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm,
The
reviewing.
bridge program, okay.
I'll probably make an appointment, with the commissioners next Tuesday
Okay.
to maybe look at some of those. I should have a pretty good idea on them, and maybe 4 or 5 bridges we can look at.
Yeah, it looked like 1,900 out of 3,000 they were looking to replace, according to what the article was supposed to say.
Well, that's how many were eligible. They thought that they could replace about 100 bridges.
100, okay.
Yeah, out of those, so.
Is that the program where we don't do it, I mean,
We can't do it ourselves.
you know?
It can be it doesn't have to be a bridge that's, up to federal standards. So we could do like a Husker Steel Bridge or something like that, but it has to be constructed by a contractor. We can't do it ourselves.
It's kind of a combination of a stimulus.
Right. Which
and cost.
I don't agree with, because I think they should have give us the money and we could have built 2 bridges with our own forces for what we're gonna pay to get one done, but that's my opinion, but.
Well, I think those are things that we gotta weigh out too on this, is do we wanna, is this a 90-10 or is it 80-20?
It is a 90-10, I believe.
On that, last Husker, we did an outreach, how much past that pass, how much past the bridge is a county responsibility? The reason why I asked that, there was a truck driver lost, and I took him down. You gotta about drive off on both sides of that bridge. I didn't know if it was us or if it was Fritz. Getting a pretty good drive.
Actually, I believe it's just the structure is the county's responsibility. Anything past the structure is the township. And I actually talked to Greg, and he said that he's gonna have his grader man take care of that. I do have a PO from Metal Culverts for, it's a full load of 18-inch, culverts. So if you order a whole load, you, of course, you get a better price. And it's for 13, 40-foot culverts and 12 30-foot culverts, and total $10,208.
Is this something you kind of order every year, or is this something that you know you gotta replace?
I've been installing a lot of this to the townships, and we're down to 2 culverts left, and that's a real popular size, 18-inch, so basically I'm just replenishing our stock.
Yeah, I think that's good that we, I'm sure.
Second.
I guess the last item I have here is, I had Pat review this. This is agreement, for the construction engineering, services on the, high-risk roads on 262, Rollins, Ottawa, and Ottawa. There is 3 different, there's the state's original, the consultant's original, and the county's original, and there's 2 places on each one for all 3 commissioners to sign.
Which one is this?
This is on the, 262 the, HRR, high risk rural roads.
Just the letting?
This is the contract, for federal aid for construction service. We have to pay 10% of, we have to pay 10% of 40,555, so it's gonna be, $4,500. But I had Pat review it, and
It's all through, I think it's all three of us.
yes, we have to sign, what, 6 times?
They're still looking at, bid letting still this month, or what kind of timeline they have on this now?
Yes, I believe it was like July, and that'll be, they'll probably do it this fall, it depends, on the contractor, if they wanna try to get it in this fall or till next spring. Until they let, I don't actually, probably won't actually know if it'll happen this fall or next spring.
But they're still planning on letting it this month, so. I know there was interest locally, I think, with a couple of companies, but I wasn't sure whether they would get a hold of it.
Yeah, they got to be on the state, bid list,
Okay, so should they get a hold of you to how to get on there, or do they know?
no, they'll have to get a hold of, KDOT.
Yeah.
I mean, they can
Like
get,
they
they can
would
get
here.
a hold of me, and, I can refer them to KDOT, local projects.
Okay.
I know, one contractor got hold of me there a couple years ago, because they wanted to bid on a bridge, and, they found out that, it's a pretty tough market. There wasn't much, profit in it, so they ended up actually not doing it. And that's all I have, except for, I think I probably got some interest in maybe what, John's gonna talk to you about, so I'll
Yeah.
hang out there for a minute.
Yeah, that's,
I'm sorry.
first name's John,
John,
John
right.
Drake.
I say I,
I quarter, the quarter.
I've been approached, like you guys were talking, with John Fulton, Bob, and Tom Penny. They got like 80 acres, I think, back here. And I did remove a bunch of brush from in front of that bridge, trees fell down with the big storm we had. And then one more last, I had them down and they shut the rest of them trees out. I wouldn't have a problem no more. But, I talked to, about the bridge anyway. I asked Matt about it. He went down and looked at it. I told him about some culverts and the one that they fixed on 230th River Road where it was caving in. He took care of all that. I mean, I tried to stay in touch with him pretty good. And, but I talked with David Jacobson this morning. At first he said 300 some acres, but then Matt talked with him, it was like 800 acres, a little over 800. But I talked with Steve Marlatt, and he's got like a 40-foot by 9-foot tube. And then it's something that'll probably have, the state will probably have to go down and look at. But that creek carries just as much water as that tube that washed out up there, the big water pipe. And, you know, where the county's gonna spend $100,000 for a bridge, they can spend 10 or 12 grand to put the big tube in, you know, that saves a lot of money. You know, it might wash out, but I don't think it will. I think the only problem is gonna have is cleaning brush out in front of it every now and then. shoring it up, but when they go across there with them grain trucks and them combines, you're talking a lot of weight. And I don't know if that's gonna be, you know,
It's
something that they
on
can.
bridge right now.
With that many acres of drainage, what's the state gonna say? Yeah, yeah.
They're
They're gonna
It's the same, yeah, it's a 54-foot bridge right now, and it's gonna be the same issue that we've been facing with the other ones. The only thing that I thought about we might be able to do, if the landowners would be agreeable to, would possibly be putting in a fairly good-sized culvert and seeing if that, would be a candidate for a low water crossing.
I would think.
That-
Pretty wide. Wider than what you think.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, with the rip, with line with some rip wrap and stuff.
Well, yeah,
Right there, the borders.
the issue is getting the permit.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's something that maybe one of the state guys could come look at it and see what we're talking about. I know it's tough to get them.
It's hard to get them out, and they basically want you to go measure, I mean, they'll probably ask Matt to go measure what the current opening is, and that's where they start from. And a 9-foot tube will come close to.
It's 54-foot bridge right now.
Probably 6 foot underneath there, 5 foot, maybe more than that.
I bet it's 9 foot, yeah, 8 or 9 foot long.
If you'd been under 648, they changed the law, if you'd been under 648 acres, you wouldn't even have to go get a permit. But because you're over 640 acres, now you get it going with the state.
And how accurate was he with those acres though?
He's probably,
First,
I mean, he's not gonna be off.
first he told me 335, now he's up to 800, so.
Well, he was, when he I had a talk with David this morning, when he figured that, he was figuring the wrong bridge. He was figuring, that culvert south of the bridge down there is what he was looking at. When I explained to him exactly on the plat map where it was, he came up with 818 acres, and, I mean, he's not gonna be off enough where we'd be under.
I find it hard to believe that creek had 800 acres. Now, the creek east of it, yes, but that creek there just comes off that one pasture
Well, it
side.
comes down through, you know, through the road where the boiler pipe went out, it comes down.
Well, it tees onto, I believe it tees onto another,
That's true.
Keys on that little wall.
yeah, and he said that drains clear up in the corpse seams up in there,
Yeah, that's.
so. That would be the only thing we could possibly look at is,
Okay, so this bridge serves how much property? I mean, it doesn't serve as a mail route or a
No.
residential, it's just access to get into, how
Back
many,
in on the farm around the pastures and stuff.
how many acres you
Couple
talking?
hundred acres,
We probably know a lot.
pasture.
It joins up to John Holden Brack, and I think it joins up to you, and Michaels, and Buchanan's, and
I didn't know whether, the only thing I'm sitting here thinking is whether, the state would be a little more lenient on getting you a variance. And you'd probably have to apply for a special permit, you get through the special permit
the
process.
ADT on it's 5 cars a day, which.
Well, and I'm just saying, because of you're not looking at it being accessible, I mean, that there's not residents or anything like that, just basically for business use, for ag use, they might be a little more, maybe there'll be, I don't know, it depends on whether that other college just gets involved.
The only thing is, even if it is, not traveled, there's still public access to it.
well, I mean,
I think,
they could also put a cable up. There's only the farmers can get back in there.
There's a lock gate just a little bit south.
Yeah.
It's usually not locked, there's a chain lock, but they'll tell you where the key's at. I don't think you're gonna have very many public mushrooms or Indian arrow looking.
Some of the water crossings could cost more to maintain over time.
they're expensive to maintain because they always are, they're high maintenance. Because they tend to, erode a lot, so.
Well, I tend to disagree, because we got 2 down there, and I don't think you've done nothing ever since day one. One on the road truck and one up going to John Edwards.
Yeah, I remember pouring a little concrete down there at Oakland, but not a lot, but we do some work on them.
Washing
After, I
out.
went down and looked at it after we talked about it this morning, and, I really think that might be our best low-cost option, was to put like a 7-8 foot culvert in there and make a dip where we could call it a low water crossing. But that would have to be something that I'd have to have an engineer look at, and, you know, I wouldn't be able to do the engineering on myself.
Oh, I see what
We
you're saying.
don't get any state funding on it. Why?
We might be able to get around the
I know what you're talking about.
size of culvert by calling it a little water crossing and making it a little dip, and that way if the water gets too high, it'll just go over the road.
There's a couple around the area, not necessarily in our county, but I think I've seen one.
Oh, we've got, a lot of them here in our county.
Well, they're just.
We've probably got
It's not too-
at least 10 or 15.
It's probably about 2 foot 2 in the lower ridge, down there at Oakland. 20 inch.
Yeah, it's probably something like that. It's probably 2 foot.
It might be just a little bit bigger than that. I had to look at that bridge down there too, going back up to your place, because I crossed this little rock, it kind of squeaked a little bit, and I thought, I don't want to lose that new dump truck in the ditch. Bad enough when I crossed the Adobe Bridge every now and then, but
I guess I should still,
Nothing I noticed. Well, I guess the heavy sun don't cross that, with my tractor, I got 2 beds a day. Other than that, maybe your rock truck or
Yeah.
something, or John Doe's.
yeah, I just have to lower the weight down a little bit, you know.
I guess I should tell the commissioners the rest of the story. I got a call last week, and, we went down with a bridge, and a log went underneath this bridge we're talking about, caught one of the piling, and twisted around, and it ripped, one of the piling out of the center span of the bridge. So I went down and put a barricade to close the bridge, and we're planning on going down and driving a new piling to fix the bridge, you know, before harvest, but that's, I think, where this all
Yeah.
kind of came from.
Well, I mean, 7-ton weight limit, a lot more weight goes across there. Marlatt crossed it a few years ago with a track hole, and it, well, they didn't cross it again, they went down in the creek and come out. So, Steve was telling me about that, he told me, he said he wasn't crossing that again. So, okay,
Which, you know,
they did some work down there for John Falk or something,
Okay.
but.
Yeah, this is one of them deals. When you play with the state, your hands are something tied, and I don't know, sit there thinking, if you spend $200 for a special permit, I mean, or you're looking at 3 to 4 months, that's what the last process will be.
it wouldn't happen before harvest. I mean, it'd be next year.
We've done something similar to this, we had a project up, well, I can't remember what road, but it was on 300 something, so what you're talking about.
Well, I'm just thinking that.
Yeah,
If
if
you
you
do
do,
it, that's something you can get done in 2 months.
if you just do the basic permit, there's a chance but this doesn't qualify for that. So if you do the special permit, they're gonna
Everything's having different.
scrutinize it, and it's not gonna happen this year.
You know, a minimum of 3 to 4 months, by the time they go through the process.
So what would be the cost and time frame if you did that? With the lower rudder.
We would still have to get we would still have to go through the same process. It would just be cheaper to, put in a little water crossing than building a bridge. And I don't think there's any way we could ever get by with this, I don't think they'll ever let us just put a 9-foot culvert in there.
Is there water running through there, I mean, a little bit?
A little bit. Most of the water comes back when you have them 4 or 5 inch rains.
Well, you know, and that's, just other than that, we had, actually was a ditch, I mean, it just carried runoff water, there wasn't a stream, but one of the objections to, when we asked for a special grant, just to put 1 tube in instead of replacing the bridge, was he an oncologist or something, anyway, he thought it was gonna interfere with the, because the bridge had 100 square feet of opening, and we wanted to put 1 8-foot tube in there, which was 49 square feet. That was gonna slow the stream or narrow, or the amount of water. And it doesn't, there's no water that even flows through it, only when it rains. I mean, that's how impractical they are when you go through these processes.
Could you move that bridge towards the other bigger creek and get where the creek's a little straighter?
Well, the one comes down this way, and this one comes down in turns.
We get, probably not, we get into some, then we have to get, we get into the right of way issues with that. And I don't think that's ever straightens out down here. Yeah, it's all curvy.
Well, when you're talking about limited access too, I assume that becomes a dead end road, that bridge, or, I mean, limited access. So legally, can you limit that access?
Well, let's go back here, opinions and thoughts.
Well, but it's on a public road, I mean.
Well,
unless
see,
they
that
have
used
no
to be,
trans-
that road used to come down behind Buchanan's and go all the way down through there years ago. That's like when Earl Wilbur was in the township.
See, because-
That's back in the 50s.
Because it's a township road, I don't think it's legal to put a gate across the road. Because it's public road. And it's a county bridge.
It's a public road, but once they cross the bridge, if the landowners have no trespass.
But it's still a township road.
But I don't know if that road, been closed. I mean, usually all I do, I might blade it once, or, smooth it up. That's all we really do to that road. The only ones that really go back in there are pennies and bucks, or somebody back there, not supposed to be back there.
Well, so that's, yeah.
So, I don't know, and like Buchanan, it runs back in there to a dead end. It's got fence off there, turn up there and come back out. So I don't know if that road has been closed a long time ago. You'd have to look back in the records.
I doubt that they're closed because we're still using it.
Yeah, if they closed it,
Well,
the liability of the bridge would fall upon the landowners, I think.
So what would you like to see done? I mean, we've talked about a couple different
Well,
possibilities,
I don't know what the state would do, but I mean, in time, that thing has got wider, from erosion. I'm sure it wasn't that wide a long time ago. But, an old water crossing is probably working, as long as, you don't have to dig up to get up, you know what I mean? But then again, you're gonna have to do something on the sides to get, level it up. But,
Well, if you put it, you said 7-foot tube in it?
Right.
That's gonna raise you up to 7 feet, and if it's 8 foot.
Yeah, there would be,
It'll be
real
real
big,
big.
yeah, because it's like 8 to 9 foot from the bridge down to the creek, so if you put like say a 7-foot culvert, first thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to bury the culvert so far so the little fish can swim through it. And then, so you're gonna lose a couple feet there. So say you're at 5 feet, then, that is a real big sway, 3 or 4 feet in 50 foot. And it might not even be an option, that's why if we go that route, I'd have to have a engineer come up and, look at it, see if that's even an option. They would have a pretty good idea if we could get it through.
Of course, if you had an engineer come, he might be able to help us get a permit to put it smaller.
What's that?
If you had an engineer come up and he did the study, he might be able to get mine a little smaller.
Right, and he might, if we have him come up and look at it, he might have a better idea,
yeah.
Well, I think it's a safe thing to say, you're gonna have to do something because 3 or 4 months, you're in crop time, and that's what Bob's concern was.
Right, and we were gonna drive a piling and fix the bridge, but it's still gonna be a stone bridge, which it's been for years, but, and this is the same issue we're facing everywhere.
Well, that's, you know, these people have been up here and telling us the same, we're here in the same situation, is the bridge isn't wide enough, or it's only rated so much, well,
Well, everything they make now is bigger.
yeah,
Rating on it.
well, that's,
Sometimes.
Well, I mean, as far as
The
the bridge
sufficiency rating?
inspection, sorry.
It's low. It is 25, the sufficiency rating. It is actually the fourth lowest rated bridge in the county. If it's, if it's okay with the commission, I could have, Bob Chambers from Cook Flat come up and, take a look at it. I mean, he doesn't, I think it'd be a minimal cost for him to look at it. Or we can, something we can do.
yeah, you got one, I mean, you either do that, or else you just start through the state process, and either one's gonna cost you.
Well, either one, I want to have
Engineer.
the engineer anyway.
That'd be fun.
Problem, because if you, even if you've got a special permit, apply for a special permit through the state, they can come back and, you know, like they did on that other one, and have a hydrology test, which is to be done by the engineer, so.
Yeah.
Probably your cheapest and best route at this point, or lowest price.
Right.
It's a good point to start with.
I think it needs to have some, I'm fearful of what we heard a comment 2 months ago that he didn't want his tax dollar falling towards, interests to feel this based on what we are. It needs to be fixed, but it's gonna bring consequences to us and to you and probably the townships. So as long as everybody's aware of that. Remember, we heard a comment that he didn't think his tax money should go to that, fixing tubes and bridges to private farm entrances. Then one commissioner said, yeah, but you got street lights or paved road or something.
Well, you know what the law is, Pat, if it's a landlocked property like that, do we have to,
The definition of landlocked isn't necessarily what you're thinking of. It isn't, we don't have any obligation to get any specific farm equipment to a piece of property, or I shouldn't say farm equipment, just equipment. All we have to have is access. And certainly,
Well, and a 7-ton bridge, I mean, you know, it's, you can go use smaller equipment to get across it, you know, you have a little inconvenience, but that's what creates the discussion as now who should pay. I mean, just because the farmers have got bigger equipment than the farmers pay, all taxpayers pay. I mean, it brings up a pretty good debate, you know, as far as it goes. And, 7-ton, like I said, a 7-ton bridge would take care of quite a few, I mean, things for getting across. I mean, it's not gonna get 1,000 bushel rain cart across, probably not gonna get a big,
But they got these huge trucks, what they got,
well,
grain trucks.
but if you had a small grain cart and you had to cart it out, I mean, we had to do that before. You had to cart it out.
If this road has been closed, does that change? Do we have to get approval from the state that road's been closed?
if that road closes, we have to pay damages to the landowners that are affected by it. So if you didn't have every landowner behind it, that would be a source of potential.
I doubt it is closed.
I really don't. With their bridge, I don't think the bridge would be there if the road was closed.
Well, you're not gonna have any problem with them landowners down there, not like you did up here, guarantee. Them guys all down there easy to work with. If this is gonna benefit them, I know they're doing the same thing. I've never had any problems down there. You know, they need something done, go ahead, you know.
Well, no matter what, I mean, we'll go down, we'll drive the piling, we'll get to the bridge where it's passable, it gets to the 7-ton rating. I guess the question is, and we can even table it and talk about it again next week start, some preliminary, engineering on it. It is the fourth lowest sufficiency rating out of all the bridges in the county.
That would probably help in our cause, because we're gonna hear about this. We would say that's the fourth lowest rated bridge, and that's why we did it. We're gonna definitely hear about this.
We got the full report back from them.
I just got it back this week, and I will bring everyone a copy, next, Tuesday. I was gonna make an appointment, and we have some time.
Yeah, and you see the inspections from all the bridges, and
Yeah.
does it include like the small?
Yeah.
No, all I've got right now is the biennial, the 20-foot and larger.
Okay.
They're just finishing up looking at all the 20-foot smaller, so that's still to come.
Okay.
I do have a biennial report.
Okay.
And this damage to the bridge happened after the inspection. The inspection on this bridge, is classified a 7-ton weight limit, called it actually a fair condition bridge. It just said, need to replace, piling because of, 70% loss, and it's, mentioned two, bridge decks that needed, planks that needed, replaced, and that was it, so. But like I said, for sure, we'll fix the piling for, Harvard, so it'll at least be up to the 7-ton.
Do you think that any, $500 or less for this, give you an idea? I mean, you just gonna give you, I mean, kind of writes up a plan or something, I mean, it's just a trip up there.
Right. Yeah, I don't think it'd be any more than that.
If, with that in mind, I would support that.
We're gonna just tell them to look at it and then
Here-
give a suggestion if we wanna go further, then
Right.
we'll have to enter into a contract with them.
Right, to do more engineering, because I know, you know, special permits could cost you $200 if you go through that process, and, you know, like I said, going, taking 4 months is not really a good option, so. I mean, and worse if we decide to just leave the 7-ton rating and there, have to figure out some ways, because it's not as if you're limiting those people from getting the crop out, because like I said, there are alternative ways that you know, we've had to take grain out of places to cross bridges to fill the grain cart half full, you know, to meet the standard. So, I mean, it's not as if it can't be taken care of.
Yeah, but sooner or later, something's gonna have to be done.
Well, I was seeing it.
So that bridge is,
Well, and that's what we're trying to do, we're trying to get a handle on how many we're actually dealing with. We're talking about those under 20-foot spans, you know, what's the deal, so we can be a little more proactive instead of having a bridge go out and having to replace it.
Right.
Seems like that's the trend.
And maybe it'll buy us some time to, you know, the state, about, you know, a little over a year ago, did some changes in how much, you know, what you have to do to go through the permitting process. Maybe it'll come about that, you know, increase from 640 to 900, who knows, so.
Like I said, I'll try to get an appointment with you for
Yeah.
next week, and I want to discuss with you anyway a little bit about this, bridge program I'm putting together and see what kind of, I've kind of got an idea of some few things I want to do, but I want to see how much buy-in I'm going to have on it, so.
Yeah, I think you have permission and authorization.
Just talk money.
Saving money.
Okay, they can do that.
Well, I would just keep Greg informed,
Yeah.
and Funk and Bob informed of what's carried on, and
Would be smart to maybe give him a call when Tom goes down, or maybe all three of you go down, at least just keep him.
if you have
I-
that heads up.
I think,
You make it
Well,
2 o'clock today, if it's midnight.
Yeah.
Well, if he's getting fired.
No, I'll keep you informed.
Okay.
Maybe we can, meet down there when the engineer comes up, but, I just wanna make sure it's clear to everybody, this is just preliminary, this don't mean, you know,
Oh, yeah.
being there building a new bridge, so.
it's all gonna be looked at, I understand. All right, well, thanks for your time, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Rick.
thought you was pulling up earlier, or something like that, was your old truck with Joe.
Oh, yeah, I warned him about, he might either get waved at or something else. I was actually gonna ask the commissioners, just an idea I had, do you guys have a ride in the parade? Yeah.
We have,
Well, we just gonna walk, it's hoping to be 100 degrees when we walk. You gonna do your, you wanna clean the truck out?
No, that's what I was gonna say, I got that new truck, if you guys wanna ride, you could, I'll give you a ride. If you don't have any other options, I'll be your fallback option. I'll be your plan B.
Do you have a race car you could ride in?
I do have a race car. I don't think it'd be good driving the parade, though. Might be able to pull it through the parade, but not driving the test track.
We will keep that in mind.
Yeah, that might not be.
yeah.
Plus, I don't know, somebody might come with a convertible, might be a better option, I don't know.
We're not gonna hear no comments about their county money, gas money going up in waste, cut the miles on the truck. That comment was made years ago.
On John Calhoun.
On John Calhoun, that
We've been
there's some
careful
people
not
that,
to do.
yeah, got a little upset about that, that'd be my only thing.
So I guess that's up to the commission. I decided to throw it out there, I thought about that the other day, so.
No, I just have a question for the first chief.
Oh. Get the reflection, I think,
Okay. 222nd Road Road.
And then just to consider here today, I don't know if that would be better.
What's that? Yes, I was wrong, I'm not sure. Bill was right now. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we get close to these.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, just recommendation.
Well, the AT&T bill's looking better.
Yeah. A lot better, especially right now.
Yeah, it should be changing here for too.
You know, this is probably as good a time as any to mention it. We had talked last time about the city, we had late payment, and you had asked me to communicate with them about it, and I did, and by the time I had gotten there, two things had happened before I asked. One is they'd written off, and two, we had paid it. So, he, with the city on the water bill for the sheriff's office, or for the jail. So we have,
I think we'll take care of that.
so we have we have a credit down there, and
These are, monthly, right? Monthly budgets? Year to date on the budget.
She told me that was year to date. Is that not right?
I think them,
This has gotta be monthly, cause, like, for the commission, it shows 10,500 for the year.
we were pretty frugal.
Everybody uses 2,800, so. Well, I'm just thinking, I think maybe.
I'm pretty sure they're monthly, because I think that's a monthly.
Well, I talked to her Friday, and she showed me how to get the year-to-date one, and that was the one she showed me.
It says here to use year to date.
This year, David,
Looking at the numbers,
you know, like the clerk, look at this way more than 23,000 for the year.
She's frugal too.
I know.
Yeah. Yours would be more than 23,000 for your year.
Yeah.
it says use year to date.
I did,
Cause there's a remaining amount.
I just did one for Melanie.
Could it be since we switched over to the new system, I right now since we switched, maybe?
No, they should have, everything should be all.
Switch
third,
over.
Yeah.
I'll have to talk to
That's
the
the first.
Yeah, they
They
were
do
quick.
whatever you have there.
Mhm.
But they have, left in their budget for when we switched over.
Right.
But I still don't think that'd be right.
I'll have to call them upstairs, because they told me that was the one that asked.
There's another report out there too, though.
Yeah, I think I brought that one last time.
It's like more, some big,
Maybe
that's
that's
for
not
everything.
Yeah,
You have to
definitely.
show me where that is.
Yeah, 'cause that's already been.
Recycling? You said you're gonna get that outside closure for that?
Soon.
Don't worry about that, that's money.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we'll figure out.
That'd be a good stuff.
Can't imagine one, can't imagine do it again. I can't. Ever find that guy on the bridge? Did he go for sure? He was years later, just, what was Fox at? They're gonna be on the upstairs. They shouldn't have to live on that.
What about that? I think he's got the main sign.
Well, it's good, they're smiling, they're waving, so I guess they're still on talking terms.
We don't hate each other yet. Corey's
I
been
didn't know
doing an
how
amazing
Rick-
job, just so y'all know. Corey's been doing an amazing job.
Right.
Depending on how red the bond's mixed.
Mm. Well, my wife's a blonde, so
Yeah.
secret.
Maybe not. Is this just a monthly report or not?
He's just looking at like the, it says year-to-date budget, but I think it's different, I think it's monthly.
Year-to-date budget would be, anything from beginning of the year till now. Till it's rain. As long as they run in the period 13, what period's on is the rain?
Still seems low for, annual.
That's the one I sent you.
He has a money, I got it, 11, so.
See the far left-hand side,
It's gonna be rough day.
big budget.
And then
That's
how
too
much
small.
does he want, and then I need to cut him going out.
But if that's quarterly, or if that's even year-to-date, that might be a little bit on the small side. That'd be effective like 6 months. if that's small, 6 months.
Well, these percentages are low because they're not balanced, but balance past the 22nd. Isn't it in March?
Yeah, it's the 22nd.
Yeah. So it's still missing from the 22nd of June till now.
So,
That revenue?
5 months, probably about 30 days worth.
Oh.
Even then, it seems like,
Huh?
And then it shows up until,
even then, 30 days seems like a,
maybe everybody's
Wouldn't
sick
make
this year.
And shit, 6 months and almost 6 months.
yeah.
Mhm. So you should be close to around 45, 50%.
You hear this is going $2,000, isn't it?
When you run this report, what period is to?
The lady from CIC had some call, she showed me how to do it, so she pushed everything.
Okay.
You know, you got 460 something?
How many?
It's
Kind of like what our old one used to be, it's got the revenue, or the budget, the revenue, how much is coming in, it shows the
Yeah,
budget.
the percent count.
It's the whole thing, it's the whole, but it's got like 409, I'll try to.
Not all the funds, it's the year to
I'll just pull
date.
out some county ones.
You see what was on your desk?
Yeah, who's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is,
2:30, wasn't it?
Those are us.
Yeah,
Was that right?
Oh, but he said
the
no more.
trustees won't be here today,
Tell
they're
me
not
sorry.
sick, so they're just not gonna make
How you were
it.
doing it, and she remembered that, you said, came on.
Yeah. Michelle was just,
So should they
Should be
accept it?
passed.
Mhm. But I changed it now that it's for separate checks.
Mhm. So have the water bill plus the concrete, and
Mhm.
we should
I
ask
told
them,
them to take it down and if they wouldn't accept it.
we should ask them for acceptance if they want, and we can void it and reissue.
Did I do anything for them? No. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I did not.
Right. I dropped off an envelope on you guys. I dropped off an envelope on you guys.
That's lots.
Yeah. We haven't got those tax credits yet, have we?
I haven't filed for them yet, but I didn't know whether we was going to do windows, or if anybody was interested in that, because
Has
it's
the
going
grant,
out.
did the grant money come yet or not?
It's supposed to be,
That's
I think
that's
it's Halloween.
Yeah, but you haven't received it
Is
yet.
it coming ACH or a check?
It's supposed to be direct deposit, and they're supposed to put it attention to the county clerk. I put it in like a week or two ago, wherever I got that last.
I'll have Sheila, she's gotten anything I have, I mean, if it's ACH, it goes, what's it, that's two, three,
Was it say it would show up on our bank statement? So you would.
Yeah, after the tax credits and then.
I'll ask.
It's any time from now to about 2 or 3 weeks, it should be here. Everything's,
Well, that's what you have to ask, where's that?
it may not be.
That 30,000.
They said take that.
Out of 40,000, what are they?
Now, was we right, I mean, I've been communicating with Paul earlier, just to make sure, the windows and with the addition to the windows, we went on ahead and did the windows and windows and doors is included in this project, that wasn't what we were about.
This here is 3 sides, north, east, and west.
Windows, lintels, and
Windows, lintels, doors, paint, caulk, everything except for there's some ceilings in the recreation office. They need to replace anyway, so they replaced it. And we told them that, so we're gonna cut costs a little bit. And then, there was also some asbestos in there. And we had it removed, and trustees paid for that. And that's what this 1975 is. But other than that, it's everything completely finished.
And this is the proposed, like, on the south side, is that correct?
That's the
Blue?
entire south side, the windows, and all the doors. And the front door, I think we're gonna have to have taller doors, because that's what was on it. I think we're gonna be stuck with that, and that's in this, is the taller doors. If we go with shorter doors, it'd be a little cheaper, but this isn't a bid, this is just a budget number. But I think it's a high budget number, I think we would
Can we talk to the board, what they're willing to contribute to this?
They had a meeting, and they, like I said, they were supposed to come up here and talk to you, but the clock was not feeling well, we rescheduled for next week. But I think, you know, they love any help they can get.
But they haven't talked about any amounts that they would contribute.
I think they have money to do some of it, you know, and it'd be a shame to not get together and work out something, because right now it's gonna be cheaper than it's ever gonna be. And, you know, everybody's seen the windows, I think, and what condition they're in 10 years, they're gonna have to be replaced whether you want to or not. So, I mean, right now, we've got the tax credits lined up, and we've already got it pretty well engineered, and everything, so.
So the engineering costs are basically done, that was done, and did the rest of it.
Henry Glass told me that he would write the specs for me, and that would take care of the engineering, and he's just gonna basically copy off of what was on the other side. So the engineering, there wouldn't be any cost with that.
But do we have, does that still have to be approved with the historical society?
Yes, but I can do that. I can get that approved, without any problem. But, yeah, I'll have to sign an addendum, I have to take some pictures, and I have to send it all off to them. It'll take a couple of weeks, and they'll get back to me if they approve the tax credits. If they approve the tax credits, that means it's approved to do, so.
And this is something you have to put out for bids, or you just,
We will have to bid it, you know, said, this here's what Emory gave me for budget, and I'm sure it's a little high, so. We will, definitely will have to do it.
Well, knowing that that other project coming in, I mean, thank goodness we did get one once in a while, because
Yeah, it is.
I guess I'm willing to be a 50-50 partner, I mean,
I think they should attribute some, but yeah, I'm going to get some,
I would do
that to be done.
It's like the front, you know, we told those people we would basically match them up to a certain amount of stuff, you know.
But hopefully Mark Hall helps them out on that too, I would assume. I mean, have a discussion to have with the trustees, but.
Yeah, that's something, next week we can discuss about that. I would think they'd be happy with that, but I can't say for them, but I can take it to them, so they're aware of it and they come and talk to me. But I would think that would be more than fair for everybody. I mean, I just love to see it done, because I just think it's a waste of tax dollars, to let it hanging down. So, but I don't know that.
I hate to tie it together, but I'm like what Jess said, if they're willing to help the other ones out on their sidewalk or bricks or whatever, they should be willing to go ahead, but I wanna make sure we get that commitment from them.
Okay.
Help out on that end of it as well.
Okay.
Before I was committed.
I think they're planning on doing some, because I don't know if you went by there, but we went out and I spray painted trying to get the minimum done for this winter, because the city is doing a monkey wrench into it, because they're going to redo the sidewalks with that new, curbscape stuff like the other one. It may pull the, storm drains all out, so it's something we can't do until next year, some of it. But after looking at that, I mean, there's so many $1,000 there that's really just good ways. We have Mark Lee online for, they're paying for Mark Lee to do the, architect work right now to get at least the, plaza area done. That way, we don't tear it out, put back concrete, then next year tear all that back out. This would be saving that money, rather than just wasting it. And since, you know, they have to, repair the concrete that's there, so, you know, there's money there for, to do plaza, rather than just throw it away. So, I'm sure that they want to help out on the plaza too, but they don't want to talk to you about it.
I would also suggest, this is about the third year we've asked for it, a copy of a written lease with the recognition. I don't believe there is one, that's something Katie Kent has asked us for, and we've asked the trustees for, and I've never received one, so I don't know if there is one.
There is not one.
So I think there ought to be.
Well, there should be, I mean, for liability purposes, I mean, make it have it,
Yeah.
so we know exactly where everybody stands, it's not that you distrust, it's just, I mean, it's just good business practice.
So my understanding back years and years ago, back even before Mark was there, that there was an understanding that, or there was an agreement drawn up, I'm sure it's not even it today, but it's basically that recreation was going to supply the programming, and the county would supply the building, or the money for the building. So, but I'll let them know that, and find out who's gonna draw it up.
Well, I'd be willing to if I knew what the terms were. Leonard, of course, is on one of the trustees, and would certainly be more than capable of drawing it up, so. If they want me to do it, I would. If he wants to do it, that would be fine.
What do we need, so this can pay attention?
It's just a thought, but I think they'd want, you know, commission to give opinion on it too, just since, we're the ones funding majority of the repair, I mean, we own the building's on our own name, it's just, by statute, they have a board of trustees that's set to, or to maintain, but I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, I would agree. So.
But we're spending, you know, we've spent a lot of money in the last few years on that building, I think we should have at least some sort of opinion or say on that, wouldn't you?
Well, then it'd be better if you wrote it up.
Well, I would, but I don't know what the agreement is. I don't know what if I knew what the particulars were, I could.
Well, what is it that you're looking for? I mean, if they need it for,
K-Camp has asked for it, and I suppose for the liability purposes, to see particularly, if we're, are we responsible for people that are injured?
That's a good question, that's what I was just thinking in my head.
Or are they, I don't know whether they have insurance or what their insurance covers.
Well, I'm sure the recreation has insurance, but like you have.
But, yeah,
Well,
but how much is,
well-
does it just cover rec?
Personal
activity?
injury.
Yeah, I mean, there's people up there walking, jogging, whatever, I mean, what they told us, that's not really rec, that's, so we're kind of responsible, I guess, for that, but I think that's what K-Camp was wanting to know, is have a kind of a red line drawn in the sand, whatever, knowing who's liable, who's liable, it's gonna have an effect on our premiums, I think, probably.
Okay, I'll let them know that, and then when they come here and
Yeah, we could grill.
figure out what terms you're thinking of, and I'll
Okay.
have them figure out what terms you're thinking of, and should be able to draw up something out of it. Well, I don't know. Then the other thing that I have is, out here at the, where we're gonna put the ambulance, I've been in contact again with Okan, there's two different places that we may be able to find a grant, so he's gonna come, he's doing some more research this week, and he's hoping to come up here next Tuesday.
Tom, someplace.
Yeah, he's got somebody that's doing it,
Okay.
but, yeah, he's hoping to come up Tuesday and talk to you.
Good. Get him on the agenda.
And, I'm trying to find that grant for the ambulance,
Can that be, new construction, or would have to be remote? Or do you know?
The grant is because it's a small town that's, lower income, so,
Okay.
so it's just where we, if we have something that we need, the government's willing to help us
It's
out.
not like, I wonder if it's like a Homeland Security.
Well, it's community block development,
Okay.
that's what it is.
CDBG.
That's one of them, and then there's another one that is like a Homeland Security, he told me, I hadn't heard of this one
They,
before.
at the last couple of meetings, they talked about these different Homeland Security grants they got. Generally, it's for like, major purchases like equipment, specialized equipment. So like they had a portable, I don't want to say triage center, but they had like some sort of blow-up portable triage center that.
So you don't get it for your county, that money is separated into region. and-
Yeah, but one county gets the whole, I mean, generally like one
But only for
maintains it.
rolling, only for rolling stock, you wouldn't get it to build the building.
No, that's correct.
Cause that's how we have our light power, and
Yes.
all of our,
No, I mean, a CDBG grant would be different than what's on Homeland Security's grants are a little bit different. They buy like I've seen equipment, specialized equipment that's utilized by more than just one county.
rolling stock that you can use in our region, is what you can buy it with.
Yeah, he didn't tell me what the other one was for sure, but
Mm-hmm.
the one was community block, so. And
That's
that's
just
just
an email on that.
80/20.
80?
Yeah, it may be, I don't remember if that one's competitive or not. If it's not, then that's what you could apply for. If it is, it's probably going to be more than that each point set. So, there is strings attached to those grants. I mean, you gotta have an administrator that's all we do for a living, which most can't do. You gotta pay scale, and there's a couple other little things, but.
Like we do with the elevator.
Yeah. But it's, it would make the, project doable, I think.
Sure would make it look a little more attractive, yeah.
You probably don't need to be honest with you, be able to do possible.
And you're thinking of another place or something to move it to, that's something you might, maybe move this year.
That's still a possibility too, as far as that goes.
But actually, it was around $570,000, so. He's all, let's see what he's.
That would go a long way.
But hell,
Well, it'll easy build what we want. I mean, way more than I talked to other counties and seen the size of building they put up and, probably in the 450 maximum is, could be done. easy. So, we just had a lot of obstacles out there that we had to deal with. And
Well, yeah, nice location, that's for sure.
that's not a bad location. And we find better.
Good.
So you're coming up next week with
Both trustees and with both.
oh, okay, yes, okay, you're on the agenda.
Tuesday, but,
Okay.
back, hopefully it's next.
Are you getting some rough estimates for revenues?
Well, that's part of what this is, I've already done this 3 times, I mean, 4, maybe 5, I don't know, but a lot of it's gonna depend on how we approach it. If we're gonna build what's there, we're gonna try to talk the state into being more flexible.
We can talk about like Heritage, not Heritage Trust.
Heritage Trust would be a great grant to be good at that, because it doesn't have hardly any strings attached to it.
If you're gonna do it, you better grab it now, because mortgage registration fees reduce what they're capping, everybody's max or capped. Yeah,
It's affecting some of these counties.
yeah, well, the Heritage Trust Fund is part of that mortgage registration fee. They're maxing, is it 30 or 40,000 per county, so with that is the max that you can put in Heritage Trust Fund, so, FYI.
Yeah, well, this here, I think, October, November, this is
Yeah.
we applied for it. And we couldn't apply for it before because we had one open, so we couldn't know what we had. Now it's closed, so we can try to keep it. So, because you have to guarantee the funding, that's the only thing that's required is budget stuff. All right, that's all I have.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. You bet.
My next.
Your last person, Steve?
All right. We've had lots of excitement the last couple of days. I'm here with the PO for a vote. I'm going to be up for a vote. I believe, I talked to Jeff and Sky, talked to you, our vote that the Kansas Wildlife and Parks gave us to use, is out of commission. Stranded 4 of us downriver by I-10. We were very lucky that the other boat got there in time, because we were about 15 feet from the eddy that would have sunk it. We put too much money into that boat, and we're ready to give it back to them. I talked to the director of the Wildlife and Parks yesterday. To see if they have other boats that they were, or if they'd be selling boats anytime soon or not, because now they're out to all aluminum, and they just replaced the motors. So, Fort Marathon and myself have been looking for boats to replace this one. This is what we got. Is that what we want? It's a fiberglass, Whisker Shore, Reddish Wildlife Park, we took some pictures of it. They thought it would be possible for a lease. That's our plan. To replace it. The boat that we currently have is underpowered, or the John boat that we have, which is the John boat, has a 25-foot outboard on it. You get more than 2 people on it, it's not safe, we can't go out and respond to anything with just 2 people. Because you have to have 2 people in the water and 2 people in the boat to pull whoever you're gonna pull up on the boat within your capacity. It was thought to be,
And he suggested using $26,000 financing the rest.
we actually have the money in the budget. Because I budgeted, I thought, money that I was gonna have in proposed capital outlay, and then next year I budget more money, and that would be enough what we have this year. Because we're not gonna buy any boats, we'll buy new stuff, save the work. So,
How many hours was that? That's a big question.
oh, because most boats don't have outriggers.
Was not so much the boat you look at, but the motor.
Correct. Most don't have an outrigger. We mind that because it's a tri-tune, but our two boats that we currently have don't have an outrigger. But the, that's comparison pricing to show you the back page of.
See that, there was a Kingston, Oklahoma, is that the same one?
Same one.
What's those numbers on it?
No, the Bose are 150.
Yeah, 'cause I remember somebody had complained about that at one of the meetings, like, what, you were talking about underpowered.
So our old work, we have to turn back in.
We have to give it back to them.
They just repaired, what'd they do to that thing?
We didn't vote.
$6,000 for the new motor. And then I took it back down there 6 months later to have new injectors put in it, because they went out. When I took it back down there,
Of course, they paid for the,
we paid that, they paid that. I took it back down there a third time because, the oil injector pump went out. I was bringing them up. It's just a money thing.
You said the guy's brother said it was good?
He's doing it before I, drive 6 hours to go get it.
really, did you go on those down?
He lives an hour from Willis. And as soon as I leave here, I'm
Mike
yeah.
Martin or something?
I didn't say what's his name was. As soon as I leave here, I just tell guy and he's gonna have his brother run down there and look at it before we go back.
Is there any warranty to the?
Never want to decide what's up.
Well, that's how.
But it's a Mercury, which is your most common motor. It's fuel injected, whereas our other ones are carbureted. Fuel injected never usually have problems. No maintenance. Except for changing the spark plug and fuel with an outboard. And then lower in the oil once a year.
They found it more yet.
Do what?
They find it more yet, or the man yet?
I don't want to say. The answer is no, but I know from where the commission does.
I'm sorry, I should have known that.
So we'll go back out at 4 o'clock. Missouri Water Patrol and, yes. Missouri Water Patrol and Buchanan County have been going for the day and the rest of the wildlife department they go at night. And
So should we wait till you get it, should we go ahead and approve, or if you don't like it?
if you approve, and then we'll find out and if it's good or not, then we'll have to check. So I need to approve, that doesn't mean we'll go check, if we don't.
Approve it,
Purchase.
Approve the purchase.
recommendation of, I mean,
Yeah,
Authorization.
yeah,
yep.
Yeah, we know that, authorization.
whatever, we can approve it for,
Try to turn that.
Well, that's the acting amount, but I'm gonna, I'm gonna just try to get to the lower price.
so what kind is it, 2001?
It's a 2001 Fishmaster, which is what you want, you want a wide boat, you know, you pull people over the side, you need a wide boat for the boat.
One Fishmaster boat for emergency maintenance.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second it.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye. You would take this for a test run or somebody would.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you'll go for an hour, for those titles are forever. And it's a aluminum trailer which will last forever.
Oh,
Aluminum tandem axle trailer.
Yeah.
The new one's 40, so.
Well, I thought it would be as far as housing and stuff, it'd take up a little bit more room, but it's not an issue.
Oh, no, it won't take any more. Yes, it'll take up 3 more feet, but not an issue. So, at all.
And then you take all the equipment, if you have any,
We'll take all of our life jacket, throwables, plane boards, straps, oars, all that. Correct. Yep.
Rubber plugs if they had.
Do you have like a sonar or something system that you?
No, we hope to get that at some point, so we don't have one on sonar system for the boat, like Wildlife and Park has, is only $2,000. I figured it was like 10 to 15. I asked him.
That technology, there's been a lot of that around for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. I figured it was 10 to 15,000, because that's the way everything is specialized. But, you know, $2,000 is what we just paid for the new one. Wildlife and Park just got in the boat, and you guys stuff like that. And
Sound like you had a lot of help as well with it.
we
helped them on your payment.
yeah, we help them and they help us, and everybody works together, and if they wouldn't have just, you know, the plane would go over and show them. So now you're down there. You guys have been listening to what's that?
The symposium, are you, really, who else going?
Myself, Kyle, Pauline, are you and Sheila going?
When is it? The
August.
13th, 14th?
So we can after pick.
That one, which?
13th, 14th, and 15th, yes, that's right.
I'd like to go, yeah.
So myself, Kyle, you, Sheila, Jim maybe wants to send Melissa or Michelle, and, man, I think that's it.
I think, it's very important.
It is, it really is, because those that vote on their different applications, all our money we put in, you vote on that as symposium to say, we want all our money to go here to fix this issue, or to build this, or to, so you absolutely need representation. And then they also have trainings down there, so if there's something new that's coming out, we're starting to do appraiser. Was there something new coming out for the clerk? Did you read it? I don't remember. I read it, but too much stuff in my head. Anyway, new stuff comes up, and they do actual training down there on it, to say, this is how you're gonna do the new update that comes out. So very important to have representation. I mean, you guys go through and you learn, and network and see, so. And
We know now,
so,
Well, I find sometimes to get down and watch you guys do training and council, like, when we get hay in there.
when you do your.
Last 3 weeks have been,
It should be drawing out plenty good today.
well, we're basically done.
I think it's scheduled training at some point.
Yes,
Okay.
you were on my list.
Okay. I know you missed.
If I get your access report, then you came out and that's.
So you can't create customer reports?
You can.
Okay.
I'll give you access. I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, no. We'll discuss budget.
Yeah, but even then, on the customer reports, you still can't. You can't cross any data, you can't.
It's just calling your request.
It's just
My
like,
hearing's kind of low, but he said he was going to state to introduce vote, or what did he say?
let's go.
I get that for you.
My responder said to get on my knees and beg. So,
I don't know. Last time I was on the boat in a river, we was having a party, and all of a sudden, this lady ran up over a pond and tore that reflector up.
that happened, that was like, right down the river.
And you guys be surprised, one time,
My dad's going back to the river.
we played
Somebody else's boat.
St. Joe and floated down, how, that, you're out there, half a block from the bank, you think, oh, that's gotta be 20, 30 feet, you stick a board in and you touch
Yep.
sand.
Yep.
Because there was a barge coming up, we know, he kept us in, oh, we're going, just that very deep, and we was here across the road to the bank, and it was, or went down, touched.
Yeah. Yeah. There's all of those spots, the main channel is usually 20 foot deep. But you get behind all those yetis, and where the water just spins, it's 40 foot deep. So that's what happened to every one of those in sonar, with wildlife across those.
In the reserve, it's dangerous in that area.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yep. No. When we go to the lake, we were on our boat, no one wears a life jacket. You have all your life jackets off because that's the law, but no one wears a life jacket.
Third party.
You're down, but you can get off the river with a life jacket.
Okay, but you don't,
you're right to the bottom, so, yeah. The best thing you could ever do if you tell them how life matters is to lay as flat as you can.
Okay, okay.
Try to tell them. Because then, when you're on top, so it would come down to the.
I just slap myself and wake up.
When we used to drive our combines across the old one, and you could tell overs, you know, I would always carry my girl around there. When you don't know, you can see down through it, whereas you couldn't even drive across in a car. Anyway. You know, have a good day.
Thank you. Actually, we have on there discussion of lease purchase money, premium municipal.
What's that?
On the agenda, the only thing that's left on there is discussion on lease purchase money.
Money?
Oh, okay,
Premium
yeah.
municipal. That's the only thing that's left on there.
Oh, we don't need this one, the. I'll need to print it off, because I just contacted her in terms of the amount of money that was left in that loan that we'd done. And, apparently there's been, well, we paid the first payment to Zimmerside out of there, which is okay. I guess I would prefer that maybe that we, with the money we got in the actual ambulance fund, operating budget this year, we could pay that out of that. I just don't think that looked good using money on a lease purchase for paying that as a 5-year deal. And then there've been 3 payments for the, 3 final payments, I believe, for Memorial Hall rentals, were paid out of, looks like out of that account. And I thought that I guess we budgeted in 2013, $125,000. Was that fund already depleted? Because we didn't have the grant money, that's probably why it was paid out of this. Okay, all right, well then that pretty much answers my question on that. So when we get, my own question would be is what you guys' feelings would be is, should the ambulance, the current ambulance budget just go ahead and pay that first Zimmerside fee of $14,000, reimburse this account, and then when the grant money comes in and the tax credits, it'll go back into this fund, is that correct? Okay. I mean, it took me a while, but after buy another ambulance or apply it to the new building, which is, I remember Pat mentioned that was part of the reason when the bank told us that they would like to loan us more money, that we may have to use some of that for the renovation project. To me, it looks a little better. I mean, a $14,000 payment for engineering, you don't have a lot of capital there for, I mean, that's.
So what would like to transfer from which fund?
Well, my feeling would be, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, why can't that be just paid out of we're in good shape with the ambulance, current ambulance operating budget?
Right, check. Reimburse for grant money.
I mean, I just think it'd look a little bit better in terms of.
That'd be a transfer.
Transfer, or just write a check for a paper trail.
Yeah, paper trail, that's what you do, it'd be basically that.
Do we know for sure we can do this, or we gotta contact them?
Oh, you can do that, that's been done before.
Reimburse them.
Because there's also, when we did that household hazardous waste grant, you know, Matt did, there was a $14,000 grant, and by the time we got everything done, it came in at $15,828, so they were over budget. I think we need to request from solid waste to reimburse this account, reimburse that over, but whatever was over. Yeah, $1,828.49.
Okay.
I think it just cleans things up a little bit better.
Motion.
You want both of those?
Yeah.
Okay, I would move that we would authorize to reimburse this account, the one payment to Zimmerside is now $14,048.20. Take it out of the current ambulance operating budget, and that the amount for the household hazardous waste project be reimbursed by solid waste, the amount of $1,828.49, which is what they spent in excess of the grant.
I second that motion, Mr. Chairman.
In a motion and second, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Further discussion?
I think it'll clean that up, and we'll know a whole lot better than how much we got left on that loan that we could use towards actual equipment or a building that has some actual asset value to it, so. And Paul, thank you for your information. Took me a while to figure it out.
Yeah, what do you got?
Well, not a whole lot. I did talk with Mr. Zimmershed, and notes that I had about it was alcohol, special events, game sanctuaries, firearms, swimming, boating, animals, animal waste, cooking, camping, fishing.
Well, fishing, I mean, you can't farm fishing, but I mean, I guess if there's certain policies or something that you want to address on that. I think they need some kind of some guidance for policies out there so that, I'm very much in favor of making sure that if there's a special event out there, that those people have to get insurance. This dome thing could be a real problem. And,
That's one of the questions we had on here, and as I recall, when we discussed it, there wasn't any real consensus about whether or not issues ought to be required.
do we wouldn't want to make any policies out there that are liable for their own trash?
Things I have on the list, but
Well, I'm saying, I mean, some of, I know you got barrels there, maybe, if they leave it okay, but if it's kind of spelled out, when they come out there to camp, well, maybe they'll bring their bag and they'll just haul it off there. It would save the caretakers that, having to pick it up too, as far as that goes. You're gonna have people that abuse it, there's no doubt about it.
Would that be like a easily enforceable thing though? I mean, 'cause these are kind of like rules and regulations, would that be easily enforced? Or?
Well, I don't know that you necessarily have any consequence, but they would know ahead of time, the county lake people would just say, it's one of the things that's probably gonna take a year or so before people get used to it. I don't know,
okay, well, I can try to get something draft it up, and then let you look at it, and then see.
I would like a 10-minute, the bill's gonna leave at 3:30, but I would like a 10-minute executive session for attorney-client privilege on that other issue.
All in favor, signify by saying aye. With, 3 o'clock?
Well, you just can look at it.
Yeah, I like hard copy, I'm sorry, I like hard copy.
Well, Gail called and said, wanted to know if you would do this leash law, if it could be done before they went on vacation. So I'll call that.
Yeah,
That was when you
no,
were
just
leaving.
tell her Pat is starting to work on some, 2 or 3 other policies and stuff that we need to submit to her before a week or so.
Well, I hate to say it, but that conversation was all about some dog calling up with DNR credit card. And she wants everybody else's dog to put on a leash, but her girls, oh, she's a good girl, she don't run off. And if there's a leash law, everybody's, her dog will go.
Well, they keep that, I think they keep it that way.
No, she said they had one that wasn't leashed, no, she had to take all of them.
Here's my back.
And the only other thing, and I talked with Pat about this, but I guess it was on the bin money.
Mm-hmm.
I did some research actually
Oh,
while
did you?
you were here. Go ahead,
Well, she asked me, because she got money in from the sheriff's office with a new account number. It wasn't general fund account, it was a separate account.
Okay.
You know, an account within our general ledger. What do you want to call it?
There's a statute on it, and actually, in Attorney General opinion as well, that it's real clear that that money needs to be paid over to the county for, general fund. Now, you can appropriate it however you want to appropriate it, but it's up to you, if that is, like a diversion fee is the county attorney's, and we can't take it from them. And, but this is not one of those, the statute's clear that it's to be paid over to the county.
It's like the sheriff's office wants it into a separate account, so
They can use it for something.
And you question it, and Jack's comment was that we approved it, and I don't remember doing it.
Yeah, I don't remember discussing it, but even if you did, if you approved it as part of the budget discussion with him, I wasn't here for that, but also, that would be for next year, this would be for now, anyway.
Okay.
I guess she would just need to know.
Where did it go?
Well, and I think you also need to have kind of a policy on, can I just go make a new fund?
I mean, I think.
I agree with that. That's the stuff that makes it real difficult to keep track of, is when you get like, these new funds created. I mean, I think Melanie, when it's been brought up by auditors before in the past.
Well, why don't we put it on the agenda and have someone from the treasurer, Jack, come up next week?
When she's probably, it sounds like
Right.
you're wanting to
Well,
know
she-
something now.
It's whatever,
She
but
can hold it there.
she pulled it out, she didn't bring it over or anything, so it pulled out the money, it's separate until there's something decided as to what to do with it. But the rest of the money is going into the general fund.
Yeah.
It's right here.
I think that's the way it's always been, hasn't it?
It has been going into the general fund. Is it on there?
I remember Jack stating that there's a law that he can keep so much of that. Do you recall that?
This is how
Well,
it's on here.
I recall something to that comment.
There's an attorney general, the statute does say, pardon me, what it says is that the person applying shall pay the money over to the sheriff, actually to the designee of the Kansas Highway Patrol, it's the sheriff here. But it doesn't say, and he gets to keep it. That's just where the person has to pay the money. And there's as I said, there's an attorney general opinion on it. It just says the checks made under subsection B, that is for the VIN inspection, shall be made by a designee of the superintendent of Kansas Highway Patrol or an employee of a new vehicle dealer. So it goes on talking about that, so.
I think we ought to just get it cleared up, because I think it needs to stay there in general. So I think we need to put that on the agenda, and Pat be here, and that way we can direct Sheila in the proper manner to get the money in the right account.
Because I think it's always been in the general, is that correct? It's weird though, because the amount's set by the highway patrol, is that right? Kansas Highway Patrol is the one that sets the amount of the fee.
Well, I think it's $20 you have to pay, but it's the state and you keep the rest out.
Yeah, I think it's a small portion goes to the state, doesn't it? I think it's very
Yeah,
high
it's
percentage.
$1, I think.
But yet they set the fee, it's kind of,
No, I thought we set the fee.
I think it's Kansas Highway Patrol sets the fee.
There's somebody that's money.
But I thought one time before Jack did, when John was here, he came and said they was gonna raise the inspection fee, but maybe it was the state telling them.
It's a state, it jumped, it really jumped up. I think it was like maybe 12 to 14, it really, it just kind of jumped within a few years.
So do you want me to notify the treasurer and check for them to come, or you just want to discuss it?
So we'll make a decision on it, as far as it
Yeah.
goes. So we probably can do that in open meeting, we'll put that on the agenda and inform, we need to inform Ed and Jack that, that we're gonna discuss it, so.
What about policy to open up like new funds like that? I agree with that, that's something that's kind of concerning that.
Let's draft a policy and have it, and then put it in our policy manual, so we don't have to go down this road again.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I emailed Melanie, and she asked if the commissioners approved it.
No,
Not that I know
She
of.
says that, did I give you a copy of that, Pat?
No, I looked at it and then I gave it
Because
back to you.
she stated that, something to the effect that you have to,
approve it.
yeah, you have to approve it, and then it has to be.
Yeah.
Do we ever update our policy books, or should we?
We definitely should.
I think that would be something that you have an HR person, they would be helping to do that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, do that, and then we'll talk about this another one. Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I would move that we would approve the proposal on the letter of engagement from Patsy Porter to help assist in doing the budget as presented here.
I second that, Mr. Chairman.
Motion is second, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Further discussion? 3-0.
Yeah, if you put this on. And then I think we need to, next, planning, do you want to do it during planning meeting, you want to do it during the regular meeting to, have discussion on, I think we do it during the planning meeting, get some input, and we can take action on it during action meeting.
Yeah.
I think that we need to direct, Pat to, relook at, or to look at the, Leavenworth County HR Director, job qualifications and make changes so it would apply to Ashland County, and then schedule a meeting with all departments, some representative or department head, next Tuesday, 9:00, and we'll go over and discuss this and get their input.
So I think we're gonna have those papers back by 9:00.
These? Yeah, Pat can work on, he can email them us, we can just read them, and then we can,
This is just HR.
I don't think you need to approve them then, because you can have the discussion with them, and they may have it.
we may have to modify them, but even after he does, so. But at least open the communication lines and if we have, if we all kind of sign off on what he proposes, we can have, each of them can have a copy of them prior to that meeting, so they can bring any questions or concerns or have input. So I'd like to schedule that all on the head for a representative. Or representative from the, yeah, they should be invited, and I'd say that meeting could last from 9 to 10, and that gives us 2 hours then to continue to work on the budgets, so.
I think that's good, let him have some input on this.
I think we're still waiting on the county council and the attorney for the budgets.
Oh, yeah. That's a big question.
Yeah, I talked with Wes about it, and I know how to do it, I just did not have a chance to do it yet. I did mention it to Gary as well, and he said he would be on it, so.
Yeah, I teased the other night at, with the other end of the, good thing you don't have your budget done yet, because they don't know who's gonna be prosecuting, that chase thing that is.
He thought maybe Missouri would take it because Mr. Calvin Firesign said it's so request.
I think the murderers in Lebanon County, they got him, so I think they're probably accused of what they got him.
Yeah.
Mike Keller's coming up Thursday, so we'll meet with him 9 AM Thursday.
Yeah.
Mike Keller.
I think he's gonna reschedule, he's gonna reschedule the
I
meeting.
think so, it's supposed to be like HSA training, I knew he said them a while back, that there was training coming up, but I didn't recall any dates or see any further emails on
It was additionally for the committee, but they didn't feel they had enough time or someone couldn't make, so I think it's just with the commissioners Thursday, am I wrong or not?
Thursday morning?
Yeah, Thursday morning,
Okay.
9 o'clock.
Here.
I don't know if there might be,
He's up there for something else.
So this is just a work session
The
with
work
you?
session,
Yeah.
yeah, no decision, that was just answering questions.
I think he's gonna try and reschedule for HSA for employee training, I think at some point.
Okay. So. And, I need to, on canvassing votes, Monday after the election, I mean, we could do it on a Thursday, the week of the election, or we can do it on Monday.
It's fair, I have no problem, I just.
Well, I mean, only just for now, probably.
Right, I mean, I just soon come in on Thursday during that fair week,
Well,
and then the following Monday,
well, not the following Monday, because
You have to do it within, what,
it has to either be on Monday, which is the Monday after election, or Thursday.
Thursday, which would be 2 days later.
But if I go to CIC, I won't be here on that Thursday.
So you want Monday work better for you then?
Yeah, it's only half an hour.
All right,
I
that's
only
fine.
use it probably for half an hour, so I don't think there's.
I'll make it work.
I wonder why they always set it like by that Monday, or is it so many days, or why they set it?
Actually,
It used to be Friday after the election.
So that'd be August the 8th?
August 8th.
At 9 o'clock, we say 8 o'clock?
9 fine with me.
It may be that we have to do some final touches to the budget at that time.
More
too.
early.
Yeah, we could just go ahead.
So canvas,
Yeah.
I only think it's gonna be just half an hour now.
Should be pretty simple and stuff.
What time did you say?
9 o'clock.
Cause I mean, the rate people are voting in advance, so it's a turnout. There's just too much evidence in the stuff, I think there's some cases that I'll bring to you.
You made arrangements to get your trailer allocated, I guess you don't have to during those days. Or
To
do
get
you?
it out, him Joe will pull it out.
I said you have to make arrangements to pull it out, I mean, set up an appointment,
No, just as long as it's here,
8 to 5, Monday through Friday.
or if we call him, he said last time he's there at 6:30, so if we can do it earlier, he said he could. He can get it out.
I don't have anything else, you need to be on the road at 3:30 for your
Yeah,
next
about
meeting.
5 minutes.
Karen, if you have nothing else, I believe we will adjourn at 3:25.
Motion, do you have a second?
I second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.